Welcome back for minute 18. I'm Brian.
I'm Wolf.
And this is X Minutes, the podcast that goes back and breaks apart the longest running superhero franchise at the time of recording without a reboot, X-Men. And speaking of X-Men, this is minute 18 of the 2000 film. I don't know a non-weird way to say that. I wish it had been 2001 or 1999. X-Men. Wolf, what happened in this minute? And before that, this is what I was talking about, where she withdraws from his hand, nervous about hurting him. But what happened in this minute, Wolf?
Yeah, so he turns the heat on for her. It's clearly really cold out. It's dead of winter. She's rubbing her hands together. I think he wants to maybe move her hands a little closer to the vent, but she pulls away, saying that whenever people touch her skin, something, she doesn't know what happens, but something bad happens. What I really like about this part is that Logan doesn't ask any questions. He's just like, fair enough. I've seen enough things in my day to know that when someone says bad things will happen, they probably will.
Yeah. I can somehow heal and have metal claws come out of my hands and smell things better and hear things better. If you say I touch your skin and I get hurt,
probably gonna happen.
I got faith.
She's like, or he's like, what kind of a name is Rogue? And she's like, what kind of a name is Wolverine? And I was like, okay, touche, shots fired. She's she's not really like a pushover or like some little princess or whatever. I think being, I have no idea how long she's been away from home at this point, but it's clearly toughened her up a bit.
Yeah, and before that, one of my favorite questions and answers, when they come out, does it hurt? Every time. Ooh, that's opening up the conversation. It's nice after that for him to initiate a conversation piece, saying what kind of name is Rogue. But you were right, Marie is her name. And I gotta shout out the people who do the subtitles, because I'm sure if you've been seeing the minutes on Instagram, it's been like you've been noticing stuff like this. But when he says my name's Logan, the subtitles is my name's Logan. Which, actually getting into these minutes, the last time we recorded, I thought, man, Logan Paul ruined the best name for a Wolverine fan club, right? The Low Gang.
That's funny. Speaking of that part you mentioned when he was like, she was like, does it hurt when they come out? He's like, every time.
Yeah.
I was in the theater with my mom, and my mom knows nothing about X-Men or anything. All she knows about it is I was obsessed with it. And when he was like, every time, she was like, wow. I'm like, you don't care about this stuff. Like, you have no idea what his claws are made of. It was just funny that she was just so into it at that moment, So
it's fantastic that you remember that 20 years later.
Yeah,
Two,
right.
I love that is the closest thing I've ever heard of in real life. Someone saying, you don't have the respect for the source material I do, so you're not allowed to like this.
Right. I'll just kick her out of the theater. Get out and go wait in the car, Mom.
It's like the dichotomy of wanting more people to have a passion about a niche thing, at least at the time that you do, but then when they don't know as much as you do from the get, you're like, just get out. Just get out.
Right.
I can't handle this. It's like playing video games with someone who's just learning the game. Like, no, we're not on the same level. Go practice with the other noobs.
Right.
And come back to me when you have the same respect I do.
Exactly. That's how my brother was with on Sega Genesis, the X-Men video game. It's like I always wanted to be Nightcrawler, And like I would use up all my powers in like the first 5 seconds, and he's like, "Okay, if we're gonna play 2 player, you're gonna have to strategize.
I
Just
remember
follow me."
playing that.
Yeah,
The
right. He's like,
side
"Just follow me."
scroller
Yeah, like they're in
and
the
like
jungle and stuff.
yeah, or Beast and Wolverine were the two people that could hang on a wall that I
Mm-hmm.
remember, and I loved Gambit. Man,
Yes.
like I said in the description on the Instagram post, I love your choice for Gambit, but I'll always be heartbroken that we're probably not going to get Channing Tatum as Gambit. Channing Tatum's my favorite actor,
Mm-hmm.
unironically, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, he was practicing his Cajun accent. He was excited about it. They were talking about like either the 21 or 22 Jump Street junket, and I was like, ah,
Dude,
missed
he'd have been
opportunity for
perfect.
just my heart.
Yeah. Channing Tatum, more like Channing Taint Yum, you know? So
I don't know if
yeah.
I've mentioned this to you, but have you heard the Jamie Foxx song, which he performed on the press tour for that White House movie that they did, and also made
Oh,
fun
White
of on
House
22
Down.
Jump Street, called "Chanting All Over Your Tatum"?
I
He literally did
have
a
not
song on a
heard that.
late night host on a late night
Oh
show,
my
like
gosh.
improvised or something, where he played piano and sang chanting all over your Tatum or that Tatum or
Uh,
something like that. It's glorious. Highly recommend
yeah,
checking it out.
yeah. I'm writing that down right now. I gotta look that up.
Uh, yeah, this is nice. I like these getting to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's a kind of clever way to give us a little bit of information, and ironically, probably all the information that Logan actually knows about himself.
You know, cinematography wise, I like their choice of the two shot, with going back and forth between him and her. But I like the color grading. I like the filter. It's got that like that bluish gray. It's very cold.
Mm.
Very like I don't know. I'm glad they didn't use like how the Bourne films they have that like shaky camera to show like unease. I'm glad they didn't do that, but I like the color they used for this because later on we see different shades of green and in the actual mansion it's if I'm not mistaken a little more orange. So
Mm.
I think the colors kind of like play off the mood of the characters.
Yeah, it's interesting
Okay.
looking back how, like, telling a story with color is something that's present in things, especially like Guardians of the Galaxy these days. It's
Mm-hmm.
more complex, but and this is simpler, but it's still smart. Like even in The Matrix, which came out 1 year before this, they
Mm-hmm.
use the blues and greens to differentiate the
Yeah.
real world from the Matrix. But
Matrix is actually my favorite, all-time favorite trilogy. Yeah. Fun
trilogy.
fact.
Wow.
I know, right? Fun fact. I mean,
That's
yeah,
that's
people
definitely
are.
impressive. Like
I know, right? People are like, some people are like, why? Yeah. I
yeah, like
just,
I was
I mean,
ready
I
for
would
you to
say,
say like all-time favorite movie and I was like, "Hell yeah, that first one's a banger."
dude, I
Still, I've
mean,
rewatched it a few times recently.
watching it as a kid, I didn't fully understand, but I knew something was up. And as I watched it more and more, I was like, you know what? This is hashtag lit.
That's what you
it's
said in 1999.
1999. It's all my friends were like, um, lit.
Yeah. We're
No, but
still
yeah, I really do
saying,
enjoy that.
"Don't you feel salty?"
Yeah.
I love every time someone's like lit and Gucci and blah blah about younger
Right.
kids. They're like, "Oh, it sounds so stupid." I'm like, when you and me were in high school, we regularly would say, "Ooh, don't you feel salty?" And we'd
Right.
like wipe salt off our shoulders, and they were like, "Yeah, in
Exactly.
context, Out of context, that sounds pretty stupid. Like, just relax. It's all good. But I remember watching The Matrix Reloaded in a hotel room in Vegas. My parents let me do pay-per-view while they went out later at night. Must have been, I don't know, 13, 14, something like that. But yeah, the end of this minute is "You Know You," and we see the subtitle, but that's where it cuts off. So I feel with my Jean Grey powers that we might get some action in the next minute.
Yes.
But yeah. That's all I've got for minute 18. How about you, Wolf?
Yeah, me too.
Cool beans. That's been minute 18. I'm Brian.
I'm Wolf.
And we'll see you in minute 19 as we continue to evolve and mutate. And countdown to shaved head 3. Like Wolverine's 3 claws.
Yep.